Hier komt hij, jongens. Het is eenmaal zover. Oh. Hé, dat wordt wel spannend nu. Oh shit, die moet ik weg, want anders gaan ze mij pakken.
Ja, precies.
It's been a while. Yeah. Crashing Bethel. Yeah, let's start. Let's start with. Yeah, it's pretty much a big deal. But before I start, I have to make some introductions, explain some things. Probably people watching this are maybe never been Jehovah Witnesses or know very little. Most of you probably know them as friendly people that knock on your door on a morning weekend, you know. And so let me start at the start first. My name is Yuri, and I am an ex-Jehovah Witness, and also a member of the Dutch Foundation against Watchtower Shunning. We are trying to make it here in the Netherlands, the shunning policy, illegal by law, to make sure that here in the Netherlands that the shunning policy is basically punishable, right? So you're probably going like, okay, what's the big deal? Leaving an organization, what's the problem? See, the thing is with the shunning policy is that when a Jehovah Witness doesn't want to be a Jehovah Witness anymore, or gets excommunicated from the organization, it's not like losing your membership for a book club. Once you leave this organization, once you leave a high control group, the members act like you never existed. So in cases like, for example, if you're financially, physically, mentally dependent on family members, you will lose all those members. That's pretty much the gist of it. That's pretty much what we're trying to do here, right? And so we decided, it is the third time already, to go to Bethel and talk to one of the representatives and ask them to start a dialogue. Basically, because we're planning on bringing them to court. Before doing that, we want to first try if we can, with our foundation and with the religious organization of Jehovah's Witnesses, to talk and have a dialogue about how harmful the shunning practice is. In this video, what we're trying to do is to give a letter to one of the representatives of the Watchtower Society and start a dialogue. But we've tried it twice before this third time, and never did a representative came forth and personally took the letter and tried to have a dialogue. So we tried for a third time, and this time we tried to be, let's say, a bit more assertive. Hallo iedereen. Ja, vandaag ben ik hier in Emmen samen met de groep van de stichting. We zijn bij de bijkantoor van de Jehovah-getuigen. En we gaan een beetje...
Peace out.
Peace out. We gaan even gewoon battle crashen. Oh ja, battle crashen. We gaan eigenlijk op zoek naar de heer Ling, om een brief op te leveren. En we zijn benieuwd of... dit is onze derde poging. En we gaan proberen echt dit keer de brief wel aan hem te krijgen, om aan te geven dat we echt geprobeerd hebben een dialoog te beginnen. Maar we zullen zien hoe het afloopt. The first thing we did by the entrance of the branch office of the Jehovah Witness Watchtower Society, we placed a statement on their wall and I'll roughly translate for you guys with the following. The dialogue has top priority. The leaders of the Christian congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses in the Netherlands take responsibility. Go and have a talk with the thousands of people who are now suffering because of the Watchtower shunning. Do not let the children inside your church community or congregation suffer because of this. A lot of suffering and sadness is being done, and a lot of family members are being torn apart directly because of the shunning policy. This must stop. After that, I made some photos for myself. Thought it would be funny for the thumbnail for YouTube, but also I made some photos of the members setting up a memorial in memory of all the children that are suffering because of the shunning policy.
Goedemiddag, u spreekt met Henry Dalem van de stichting Against the Watchtower Shunning. Wij willen graag een persoonlijke brief geven aan de heer M. van Ling. Kan dat?
Nee, dat kan helaas niet.
Nou, wij willen Nee, maar wij willen toch de uiterste moeite doen om toch even een van jullie te spreken. Omdat wij tot een paar keer een poging hebben gedaan om met jullie in contact te komen en echt een persoonlijke brief van een van de bestuurders af te geven van de christelijke gemeente van Jehovah's Getuigen Nederland.
Ja, als u het zelf doet, dan moet u maandagmorgen erachter komen en dan zijn alle kantoren weer open.
Nou, wij willen proberen het nu te doen. Ja. Nou, oké, dan zullen we toch proberen een poging te wagen om het toch nog persoonlijk af te geven. Ja, bedankt.
Nou, zoals we al gezien, ze kunnen niet open. Ze zijn niet open volgens kantooruren. Dus, we gaan proberen toch bij de voordeur te gaan en even gewoon wat directer de brieven aan te leveren. Yeah, since they didn't want to let us in, we pretty much welcome ourselves in. And we gave Henry Dalem, our chairman, the privilege to be the first one to jump over the fence and give the letter personally to one of the representatives of of the Watchtower Society. So yeah, we broke some rules. We zijn hier binnen. We zijn hier in Bethel. We gaan even proberen bij de voordeur een brief aan te leveren.
Doe je verder geen... een brief af te geven.
We willen je nu vragen het terrein te vragen.
Nou, maar wacht even. De reden hiervoor is dat wij tot 2 keer toe al een brief hebben aangetekend en vervolgd. En er is geen reactie gekomen. En de achterban vindt dit niet leuk voor ons. En hebben ons dringend gevolgd door de verantwoordelijke persoon spreken die over de wachttoren.
We vragen nog 1 keer of u alstublieft het terrein wil verlaten.
Wij blijven.
Ja, dan gaan we iets met.
Oké, maar wij wachten.
Ja, dat is wel spannend nu, hè?
Jongens, kunnen jullie daar foto's bij de deur maken? Hè?
Ja.
Ja, we zijn weer hier in Bethel, bij het bijkantoor. Ik zit nog steeds te wachten op de politie. Ze hebben de politie gebeld, maar ja, ik denk niet dat de politie heel veel prio heeft wat betreft ons. Ja, ik bedoel, het enige wat we willen doen is een brief afleveren bij een van de vertegenwoordigers. En daar doen ze heel moeilijk over. Dus dat is niet zo gaan laten wachten. Een beetje anticlimatisch, maar aan de ene kant ook wel spannend. Ik denk, ik weet niet wat ik hiervan moet vinden. Maar het is wel stom van hun. Ik had het is heel makkelijk. Gewoon de brief aannemen. En nou waren we gewoon weg. Binnen 5 minuten waren we gewoon klaar. Maar nu zitten we te wachten. En we zien wel hoe het ontwikkelt. We pretty much waited an hour, I guess. Now looking back. Yes, I said I was kind of anticlimactic, but it was just a calm before the storm. I didn't realize it then, you know. Yeah, so basically we were very persistent, and we were willing to wait on the cops. We were just waiting, making jokes, talking to each other. I remember Gideon went to one of the Bethel lights, and I think he asked like, "So when you guys eating?" And so, so it was for dinner. They weren't really open to having a conversation since we're apostates. But yeah, that's a nasty word, you know. Sometimes I call myself apostate, but technically we're activists, and we're doing some activating. There's some activism right now going on in Bethel. So I think now that I realize, I didn't realize back then, but this is the first like Bethel crash activism down here in the Netherlands. I think we're the first. I think this is like creating history. Hier komt hij, jongens. Het is eenmaal zover. Oh. Hé, het wordt wel spannend nu. Oh shit, die moet ik weg, want anders gaan ze mij pakken.
Ja, precies.
Ja, de politie is net aangekomen. Dus, we hebben net een gesprek gehad met de politie. En nu gaan de politie gaat nu de chef bellen. Want Henry weigert weg te gaan, ook terecht. Totdat een van de vertegenwoordigers van Bethel, van het wijkkantoor, brief ter hande nemen. En dat weigeren ze. Ze weigeren gewoon de brief aan te nemen. En ik denk van als ze dat hadden gedaan, waren we al lang weg. Maar nu, dus we zijn nu wat langer hier. Ik weet niet meer hoe lang, maar we zijn al een tijdje. We zijn hier, iedereen samen hier. Dus even wachten.
Ze hebben ook foto's van ons, ja, kunnen ze zien. Hè?
Ja, ze hebben sowieso foto's. Je hebt ook zo'n camera daar, CTV. Gewoon echt.
Smile.
Smile, baby. Zo, ik zie je. Kijk. So the cops came. And yeah, things got a little a little exciting. Finally something was gears were turning, things were getting into movement. What I thought was very wonderful when the cops came, Henry was very articulate. I was surprised. He was very assertive. I don't know how he does it, but he knows exactly what to say in the moment. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna show some. I'm pretty sure right now either I'm gonna show you the photos or you're right now watching the photos as he is having a conversation with the police. And I think after some point the Bethelites also went and had a talk with the cops. And after that, they went inside to talk for a while. And meanwhile, we made some photo shoots with Henry at Bethel, you know, some photo shoots, being a little funny, being a little, trolling around a bit at Bethel. It was kind of crazy. I don't know how to explain it. That, like, once you're inside, at Bethel, and you realize that the Bethelites are actually more afraid of us than we are of them. Like, we're not really afraid of them. Like, we knew they couldn't do anything. The worst thing they could do is call the cops, and that's what they did, and we were ready for it. We knew we were ready, and it would help give more attention to our cause. So we had nothing to lose, and that's the thing, right? Like, they created their own enemy, this organization. Like, the worst enemy you can have is someone who has nothing to lose. Like, once you take away family, friends, sometimes even jobs or work, yeah, like, you're ready to do anything to get those things back. The head cop, the chef, came eventually. She seemed like a really tough woman. I was quietly impressed by her presence. And she also, I guess, because the two cops were like, okay, we have to like arrest a group of people. Like they didn't know exactly what to do, so they called one of their bosses, I guess, and they said the chef. So I'm gonna go with that terminology. I don't know exactly the rankings of the police system, to be honest. Anyways, yeah. So she came and she went back inside in the building with one of the Bethelites. And then after a while of talking, she came outside and did an interesting offer. She said, okay, what if you give me the letter and I give it to one of the representatives? Here's the thing. Henry didn't like it for a few reasons. One of them was the following. When we came there and we asked to give the letter to one of the representatives, they basically lied to us that there were no representatives and that the person in question was not in the building, which is silly because they practically live there. But that's beside the point. But Henry really was triggered by that because he realized, wait a second, you guys lied to us. And to be honest, I didn't mind that. I wasn't really surprised. We already knew that the dude is probably somewhere hiding as like a pussy. But he didn't like it. But me personally, we eventually we gathered together at a corner, and I think I was one of the most loudest. I'm gonna be honest. I can get pretty loud. My voice is really loud sometimes. I guess it's part of being from a Caribbean background. But I was like, that's a good deal. Like I thought it was a really good deal. You can't have a better mediator than the police, and especially the chef. So if she takes the letter and give it to one of the representatives, when going to court, at least that was my argument. When going to court, the Watchtower Society cannot deny, at least the branch office here in the Netherlands cannot deny that they did not get the letter, and they cannot deny that we tried to start a dialogue with them. We've tried multiple times, and they ignore us or they didn't even bother to contact us and react to the letter, right? So I think Gideon also said it was a good idea. Maybe he can clear that up. I don't know how he really thinks about it. I know there's a little people were a bit hesitant. But me, I was like, hey guys, I think this is a good deal. I think we should just give the letter to the officer and she can just give it to one of the representatives of Bethel. But Henry did not like this. He clearly, body language wise, he was even getting emotional. And Heidi, one of the activists, she suddenly said, okay, but what do you want, Henry? And at some point I had to held back myself and go, oh yeah, he is after all the chairman. It is his foundation at the end of the day. He gets to say the final say. And he refused the offer. He said no. I want that one of the representatives and publicly take the letter. And so basically, I think what happened is that see, the thing is, when you get excommunicated, you're socially dead, right? And when you're basically being ignored, or like your existence doesn't matter anymore. You're not being acknowledged. And I think that triggered Henry. Like, he wasn't being acknowledged. Like, they didn't even bother to do something simple as just get out of the door, be a human being. Just be a human being, you know? And acknowledge the letter. Just acknowledge that there is a problem. But they can't do it. they just can't. They're so programmed. They're so brainwashed. Like they can't even do something as humane or human as to look us in the eye and go, okay, what's going on? Like they couldn't do it. We had to like force them. Like at this point we had to like like at this point it's pretty ridiculous that we had to need the police just so we can give one letter, just a letter to start a dialogue, and they can't even do that. And I think Henry was emotionally hurt by it. Like the representative couldn't just walk outside, take the letter. It's a very simple gesture. It was a very, I don't, but he couldn't do it. Like I understand Henry, but me, like, maybe I'm not the best activist. Maybe because I think I'm gonna make a new video about it, but I'm not as angry as Henry. Henry saw the dark side of the Watchtower organization. He saw some really nasty stuff. I compared to him, let me put it this way, compared to him, I think I saw this, and I think he saw far more. And I was able to let go of things, and I can see things a bit more objectively, I guess. And in my eyes, it seemed like a really good solution to the problem. Like, hey, yeah, let the cop take the letter. And when we go to court, once again, they can't deny they didn't get the letter. We got like the best witness, an officer saying, yes, they received the letter. So what happened next? Henry did not accept the deal, and he decided to stay. Like, so what happened? So the following thing is going to happen. The cops is going to ask us to leave the territory of Bethel, but because Henry refused to leave, he will get arrested. Ja, ze hebben Henry meegenomen. Politieagent. Heel stom. Gewoon heel moeilijk doen voor een stom brief. Stom brief, ja. Maar goed, die snappen het. Ja, Henry is niet meegenomen bij de politie. Ik vind het best wel moedig. Ja, ik weet niet wat ik hierover moet voelen. Ik ga erover nadenken. So my final thoughts. Yeah. Um. Uh, I don't know. I think we did make some progress. One thing is undeniable is we made history pretty much, right? I remember Hadassah, one of the ones activists that was with us, who has experienced so much, also because of the Watchtower organization, and because at some points we did get a little emotional. Or let me put it, yeah, Henry and some of us got a little emotional. We, engaged a little bit one of the Bethelites through the when once the cops came and stuff. Um, what do I think? I still have to process this, to be honest, right? Like, I think this will give more attention. I think we should do this more often. And and by the way, I want to make one important disclaimer, right? I do not condone violence, right? So I don't want to make it very clear that once our plan was to just give a letter, uh, get a little naughty, break some rules, but no hurting people. We'll just, no touching, not being aggressive, not being harmful, simply doing a protest, and fighting for our rights and to be treated like humans. That's it, right? Like, once again, for me, I'm a little lucky in the sense that most of my family members are not Jehovah's Witnesses, right? So for me, it's easier to leave, right? But imagine those who are fourth, third, maybe even fifth, I guess. I don't know how far it goes, but I've heard fourth generation Jehovah's Witness where your mother, grandmother, great grandmother, grandfather, uncles, nieces are all Jehovah's Witnesses. Your boss is a Jehovah's Witness. And then you leave, you lose everything, right? And I think we should still fight. We should really fight for also religious freedom, right? Like you should be able to switch religions without getting punished. I think it's important to give this more attention. Luckily for Henry, he eventually got out of prison. He had to pay a fine, so I think he's fine. I still have to call him. I haven't got a chance. A lot has happened, but yeah, a lot. I have to process this. I'm gonna make eventually a new video about the future of activism. At least my future for activism. Is this something I still want to do? Like I know, like right now, I'm jumping over fences and making YouTube videos and help. I contribute to documentaries. I've done some interviews and stuff like that. I think I still assist on those things, but I think I might change the way I do activism, or I might just simply um, take a step back, right? But I still believe that more should go to the source. I think we should do more. We're doing little, to be honest. Like I think I'm gonna be, I could like making videos, podcasts. Like a lot of you are doing this great job, and it's helped me wake up. It's helping a lot of people wake up. But those can go so far, right? And at some point, you gotta start stepping out of the door into the real world start making start to give a little hell to the Watchtower. Start petitions. Talk to your politicians. Talk to your mayor. Talk to your journalists. Do something. Like, once again, people are dying because of this cult. This high control group is teaching, has very dangerous teachings. I have no other way of saying this. So we have to do something. Otherwise, nothing happens. All right? So, bit on a sad note, like, listen, we sounds weird. We had also a little fun. It was crazy, a lot of adrenaline, a lot of giggling, but it is serious. The shunning is killing people. People are. I don't know how to. I have to. It's disturbing that I have to say this. This should be obvious. People are dying, and we should do something about it. We should really take action. Like, I believe that if all around the world, Jehovah's all around the world, ex-Jehovah's all around the world, start taking action, start to work together more, start foundations, different foundation. It doesn't have to be one. You can start different. Like, you have one foundation that focuses on the CSA cases, one that focuses on the shunning, one that focuses on getting their MB status away. That we should find way. We should make different foundations to to get the Watchtower in different aspects, and different angles. We should not give up. We shouldn't let them less rest on the laurels. We should really make them nervous. We should really make them think. We should at some. I mean, like, right now with this foundation, we're trying to get the shunning punishable by court. It should be against the law for an organization to um, encourage its members to shun family members and friends. Once we take the shunning power away from the Watchtower, I think we've done enough damage. That alone. That alone, we could probably cause enough damage to the point where you can say, okay, my work here is done, right? So, anyways, I think I rambled enough. I'll try to make a next video. Maybe I'll see about it. I can't promise anything. It's once again, it's been a while. I've been very busy with everything and nothing, and so hence the reason why it's taken so while to make a video. But anyways, guys, take care, and who knows, we see each other soon.